If you are an iPhone lover, you need to stop and watch everything about latest iPhone. Yes, you heard it right. What's good, everyone? Apple just dropped the iPhone 17 lineup, and honestly, this might be the biggest iPhone upgrade we've seen in years. We've got 4 new models, revolutionary features, and some prices that might actually surprise you. But here's the thing. Should you actually upgrade? And which model is right for you? Stick around because I'm breaking down everything you need to know, and trust me, there are some details Apple didn't want you to focus on. Let's dive in. What's up, Tech Fam? If you're new here, I'm Yogita, and this channel is all about breaking down the latest things in a way that actually makes sense. And today, we're talking about Apple's brand new iPhone 17 lineup that just got announced at their awe-dropping event. Now, before we get into all the juicy details, make sure to smash that like button. It literally takes half a second and helps me bring you more content like this. And if you want to stay updated on all the latest tech news, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I am about to do the big reveal here. Alright, so September 9th, 2025, Apple comes out swinging with not 1, not 2, but 4 new iPhones. And guys, this lineup is actually pretty wild. First up, we've got the regular iPhone 17. This is like your everyday hero phone. Then there's the brand new iPhone 17 Air. Yes, you heard that right, Air. This thing is stupidly thin. Next, the iPhone 17 Pro for all you power users. And finally, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the absolute beast of the lineup. Now here's what's crazy. Apple killed off the iPhone Plus this year. No more iPhone 17 Plus. Instead, they're giving us this ultra-thin iPhone 17 Air as the middle ground option. It's like Apple looked at everyone asking for thinner phones and said, bet, hold my coffee. Okay, let's talk dates because I know y'all are impatient. Pre-orders start this Friday, September 12th at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Mark your calendars, people. Then, exactly 1 week later, September 19th, that's when these babies hit the stores. So if you're planning to upgrade, you've got about a week to figure out which model you want and start saving up those coins. Pro tip, Apple's website is probably going to crash at exactly 8 a.m. because everyone's trying to order at the same time. So have your Apple Store app ready, know exactly which model and color you want, and maybe have your payment info already saved. All right, let's talk money because this is probably what y'all care about most. Here's the breakdown. iPhone 17 starts at $799, same as last year's iPhone 16. But here's the kicker. You now get 256 gigabytes of storage instead of 128 gigabytes. So technically, you're getting double the storage for the same price. That's actually pretty solid. iPhone 17 Air comes in at $999. Now this might seem expensive, but remember, this replaces the iPhone Plus, which was $899. So it's only a $100 increase for this crazy thin design. iPhone 17 Pro starts at $1,099 for 256 gigabytes. Again, no more 128 gigabyte option, so you're getting more storage for the same price as last year's Pro. And the iPhone 17 Pro Max stays at $1,199 for 256 gigabytes. Now, real talk. When you factor in the doubled storage, these prices are actually pretty reasonable. Apple could have easily charged more, but they didn't. Credit where credit's due. Just for context, Samsung's Galaxy S25 Ultra starts at $1,299, and Google's Pixel 10 Pro is $1,099. So Apple's actually staying competitive here. Now let's talk about what makes each model special, starting with design because Apple went hard this year. The regular iPhone 17 gets a nice upgrade to a 6.3-inch display. That's up from 6.1 inches. It's got this new aluminum and glass design with a special glass area around the MagSafe charger. Colors are looking fresh too. We've got black, lavender, mist blue, sage, and white. But yes, the iPhone 17 Air is the real showstopper. This thing is only 5.6 millimeters thick. To put that in perspective, that's thinner than most credit cards stacked together. The previous record was the iPhone 6 at 6.9 millimeters, so this is significantly thinner. It comes in space black, cloud white, light gold, and sky blue. The trade-off? Single camera and smaller battery, but we'll get to that. The Pro models are where Apple really switched things up. They ditched the titanium frame and went with this new aluminum unibody design with a vapor chamber cooling system. Sounds nerdy, but basically it means these phones won't get as hot when you're gaming or doing intensive tasks. Colors are deep blue, cosmic orange, and silver. That cosmic orange is looking clean, not gonna lie. Oh, and they've got this new horizontal camera bar design, kind of like what Google did with the Pixel, but Apple's take on it. All right, let's talk about what's under the hood because this is where things get spicy. iPhone 17 and 17 Air get the new A19 chip. This thing is a beast. 6-core CPU, 5-core GPU, and it's literally 1.5 times faster than the A15 Bionic from iPhone 13. If you're coming from an iPhone 13 or older, this upgrade is going to feel like going from a bicycle to a Tesla. The Pro models get the A19 Pro chip with a 6-core CPU and 6-core GPU. Apple says it's 40% faster for sustained performance compared to the iPhone 16 Pro. That vapor chamber cooling I mentioned? That's what allows this chip to maintain peak performance without throttling. Here's the big news. All iPhone 17 models get 120Hz ProMotion displays. Finally! Apple's been holding this back from the regular iPhones for years, but not anymore. Smooth scrolling, better gaming, the whole 9 yards. The Pro models bump up the brightness to 3000 nits peak outdoor brightness. That's bright enough to use comfortably even in direct sunlight. Regular iPhone 17 comes with 8 GB of RAM, while the Pro models pack 12 GB. That extra RAM in the Pro models is going to come in clutch for Apple Intelligence features and heavy multitasking. Camera upgrades are where the Pro models really shine. Regular iPhone 17 keeps the dual camera setup, 48-megapixel main and 48-megapixel ultra-wide, plus a new 24-megapixel front camera with center stage. That front camera upgrade alone is huge, finally ditching that ancient 12-megapixel selfie camera. iPhone 17 Air gets a single 48-megapixel camera. Yeah, just one. It's the trade-off for that ultra-thin design. But the Pro models? 3 48-megapixel cameras including a brand new telephoto that does 8 times optical zoom. That's up from 5x on the iPhone 16 Pro. It's literally like having 8 different lenses in your pocket. Plus, they added some crazy Pro video features. ProRes RAW, Apple Log 2, and something called GenLock for professional filmmakers. Basically, you can shoot Hollywood-quality video with this thing. Battery life is getting a major boost across the board. Apple's claiming up to 30 hours of video playback on the regular iPhone 17. That's 8 hours more than the previous generation. The Pro Max gets up to 39 hours of video playback. That's literally all day and then some. And they've got faster charging now, 50% in 20 minutes with the right adapter. Oh, and here's something cool. In countries like the US, these phones are ESSIM only, which means they can pack an even bigger battery in that space where the SIM card tray used to be. So what's the latest buzz around these phones? First off, the tech world is going crazy over that vapor chamber cooling in the Pro models. This is the first time Apple's used this technology in an iPhone, and early reports suggest it's a game changer for sustained performance. There's also talk about Apple Intelligence getting some major upgrades with iOS 26. We're talking live translation during phone calls, smarter photo editing, and this new feature called Genmoji, where you can create custom emojis just by describing them. Wild stuff. One thing that's got people talking is the new center stage front camera. You can now take landscape selfies while holding your phone normally. No more awkward sideways holding. It's a small thing, but it's going to change how people take selfies. Oh, and Apple's extending free satellite features for another year for iPhone 14 and 15 users. Pretty cool move from Apple. All right, this is the big question everyone's asking. iPhone 17 or iPhone 17 Pro? Let me break it down for you. Both phones have 6.3-inch displays with 120Hz ProMotion. 24-megapixel center stage front camera. Same basic design language. USB-C connectivity. iOS 26 with Apple Intelligence. Here's where they split up. iPhone 17. A 19-chip with 8 GB RAM. iPhone 17 Pro. A 19 Pro chip with 12 GB RAM and vapor chamber cooling. Real talk, for most people, the regular A19 is plenty fast. But if you're a heavy gamer, content creator, or planning to keep this phone for 4+ years, that Pro chip is worth it. iPhone 17. 2 48-megapixel cameras, main plus ultra-wide. iPhone 17 Pro. 3 48-megapixel cameras with 8 times telephoto zoom. The camera difference is probably the biggest deciding factor. If you love photography, especially zooming in on distant subjects, that telephoto lens is incredible. But if you mainly take photos of friends, food, and everyday stuff, the regular cameras are totally fine. iPhone 17. Aluminum frame with ceramic shield front. iPhone 17 Pro. Aluminum unibody with ceramic shield front and back. The Pro gets better protection and that cooling system for sustained performance. iPhone 17, up to 30 hours video playback. iPhone 17 Pro, up to 35 hours video playback. Both are solid, but the Pro edges out slightly. You're looking at a $300 difference, $799 versus $1,099. That's not nothing, but when you break down what you get for that extra $300, better processor and more RAM. Third camera with 8x zoom. Better build quality and cooling. Longer battery life. More advanced video features. So who should buy what? Let me make this super simple. Get the iPhone 17 if you want the latest iPhone experience without breaking the bank. You mainly use your phone for social media, texting, and casual photos. You're upgrading from an iPhone 13 or older. You don't need the absolute best cameras. Get the iPhone 17 Pro if you're a photographer or content creator. You want the best performance for gaming or heavy apps. You plan to keep your phone for 4+ years. That telephoto zoom matters to you. You want the most premium iPhone experience. Get the iPhone 17 Air if you prioritize design and thinness over everything else. You mainly use one camera anyway. You want something unique and conversation starting. Get the iPhone 17 Pro Max if you want the biggest screen and longest battery life. Size doesn't bother you. You want the absolute best iPhone money can buy. Now, full disclosure, I haven't had weeks to test these phones since they literally just got announced. But based on the specs, Apple's track record, and some early hands-on time, here are my thoughts. The good. 120 Hz on all models is finally happening. Camera improvements across the board. Better battery life everywhere. Competitive pricing when you factor in storage. That vapor chamber cooling is genius. The iPhone Air is genuinely innovative. The concerning. iPhone Air's single camera feels limiting. Still no USB-C to Lightning adapter in the box. eSIM only might be annoying for some people. No major design revolution, except for the Air. Based on Apple's claims and the new chips, these should absolutely fly. The regular iPhone 17 should handle everything most people throw at it, and the Pro models should be overkill in the best way possible. Those new 48-megapixel sensors across the board should deliver incredible photos. And that 8x zoom on the Pro? If it's anything like what we saw on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, it's going to be impressive. The million-dollar question, should you actually upgrade? Here's my honest take. Upgrade if you have iPhone 12 or older. This is a massive jump in performance, cameras, and features. iPhone 13. Still a solid upgrade, especially for that 120 Hz display and better cameras. iPhone 14. Borderline, but the camera and performance improvements might be worth it. Maybe wait if you have iPhone 15. It's a nice upgrade, but your phone is still very capable. iPhone 16. Honestly, unless you really want those Pro features, you're probably fine. If you're someone who keeps phones for 3 to 4 years, upgrading now gets you more longevity. If you upgrade every year anyway, then yeah, go for it. Also, think about your actual usage. If you mainly text, browse social media, and take casual photos, even the regular iPhone 17 is probably overkill for your needs. All right, guys, that's the complete breakdown of the iPhone 17 lineup. Here's my final take. Apple delivered a solid upgrade across the board. They didn't revolutionize everything, but they made meaningful improvements where it matters. Performance, cameras, battery life, and finally bringing 120 Hz to everyone. The iPhone 17 Air is genuinely exciting and different. The Pro models are incremental but impressive upgrades. And the regular iPhone 17? It's probably the sweet spot for most people. My personal recommendation? If you're coming from an iPhone 13 or older, any of these phones will blow your mind. If you're on iPhone 14 or newer, really think about whether you need the upgrades. Now I want to hear from you. Which iPhone 17 model are you thinking about getting? Are you Team Regular, Team Air, or Team Pro? Drop a comment below and let me know. Now I want to hear from you. Which iPhone 17 model are you thinking about getting? Are you Team Regular, Team Air, or Team Pro? Drop a comment below and let me know. If this video helped you decide, smash that like button It seriously helps the channel grow. Subscribe for more tech breakdowns like this and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates. I'll be doing a full hands-on review once I get my hands on these phones, so make sure you're subscribed for that. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe for more tech content. Which iPhone 17 model will you buy? Comment below.